do 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 do. Do
do do do do do do do do do do do do do do do do do do.
Time, space, reality. None of these things apply here. Come to a place where three people who have no lives talk about old television shows that barely anybody remembers. Seriously, who remembers some 1976 game show with Tom Kennedy involving isolation booths? I am Johnny C, and I am your guide through this month of retrospectives involving shows with people in a certain cinematic universe. This is It Was a Thing on TV. In the year 2000, Fox had just decided that they were done with the Chuck Worley game show Greed, and decided to find other avenues to fill their programming in the summer of Y2K. One was trying to burn episodes of a Seth MacFarlane cartoon that was placed on hiatus earlier in the year that you may have heard of, called Family Guy. Another was a new show about a bunch of guys who attend an all-girls academy. One of the actors on this show would go on to an even bigger role, which would give him great fame. And of course, I'm talking about Jack from This Is Us. Oh, wait a minute, he was on this too? Oh, okay. Yeah, the guy from the Mystery Date game and that one Game Show Network commercial would springboard from this show to replace Tom Villard as America's ass. Wait, Allison Mack was on the show as well? Oh dear Lord, keep the girls from this academy away from her, Chris Evans.
Episode 258, submission number 513, Opposite Sex. Opposite Sex aired on Fox from July 17th to September 4th of 2000 for 8 episodes of an ordered 13.
Start showing. Just because you think you're different from everyone, everywhere. Look all around you, look all around you, look all around you.
Well, as you can basically tell by the cover art and the special intro, we are kicking off Marvel Month. Yay!
Yeah, because there's a certain movie coming out in the first week of May involving a sorcerer and a multiverse of madness.
No, March Madness was last month. We're in April now.
No, I'm talking about in early May.
Oh, okay. At the end of this month, Benedict Cumberbatch and Elizabeth Olsen in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
And some surprises.
Ooh, surprises.
Mr. Feige
has loaded the night with great surprises.
I'll give you a hint. One of the surprises involves a professor with the letter X.
Yo, Patrick Stewart's in this movie? No.
Well, they gave it away in the Super Bowl commercial.
They did give it away in the Super Bowl commercial.
We should tell him the truth.
But we're not here to talk about Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. For this
here to
episode,
talk about Oscar Isaac?
No, we're not here to talk about Oscar Isaac. I'm sure we'll talk about Moon Knight at some other point in the future. But we are here to talk about 3 guys at an all-girls prep academy?
The kids will love it.
The kids want 2000, they're going to love it. That's what Fox was thinking in 2000. You know what? The kids, they're going to love this crap.
They got Mark Silverstein and Abby Cohn to write this crap, and Mark Silverstein known for co-writing Never Been Kissed, He's Just Not That Into You, How to Be Single, and Valentine's Day.
Oh,
So yes, he has a type. Oh, by the way, his wife is Busy Phillips.
oh, wait, that Busy Phillips?
That Busy Phillips.
Oh, I can't wait for the next season of Girls 5 Ever on Peacock.
Cannot wait for that either.
See you never, boy.
And co-writing with Mark Silverstein is Abby Cohn, who also co-wrote with him on Never Been Kissed, He's Just Not That Into You, Valentine's Day, The Vow, and How to Be Single. And co-directed with Silverstein the movie I Feel Pretty, which
That's the movie with, God, I forget. Is that the movie with Rebel Wilson?
no, it's the movie with Amy Schumer.
Oh, okay, that's all right. I got that. Oh, that's
Yeah.
Isn't It
How can you
Romantic?
confuse Amy Schumer with Rebel Wilson? Amy Schumer's talented. Rebel Wilson. Amy Schumer is talented.
I didn't say it. Wait,
Nor did I.
No, Chico didn't say it technically either. So
No, I held back, you see,
good.
because I am a professional.
A professional.
So Mark Silverstein and Abby Cohn create the universe of Evergreen Academy, a prestigious private school in somewhere in Northern California, where that just literally, as the series begins, is going co-ed. Evidenced by the fact that out of all the pretty ladies there, only 3 guys.
Three guys.
That's a heck of a ratio.
What? No guys wanted to show up. They could only get 3.
Hilarity ensues.
Hashtag hilarity ensues.
No, this would, you would think hilarity would ensue, but this is 2000, which means brooding angst and hormones ensue.
Boing.
Woo! That's eugenics.
Yeah, 3 high school guys at a high school filled with ladies. Yeah, try wrapping your head around that.
And they didn't even have to pull off a bosom buddies like Tom Hanks and Peter Scolari. They didn't have to dress up. They could just stay as men.
Oh, nope, they don't have to dress up like women. They could just walk in like they own the place.
You know, I do wish this was a modern day bosom buddies. Could you just imagine?
I can't not imagine.
Oh, and by the way, who's throwing out the first pitch at the Guardians game this Thursday? Tom Hanks.
Oh,
Nice.
that's right. Yeah.
Well, remember he
He
did
did
the
the intro
the video. He did the video announcing the new name.
But he is a fan of the team.
Well, yeah, he really got his big start here back in the mid to late 70s, doing the Shakespeare Festival back, like I said, like 77-ish. So yeah, he does have ties here.
Yep.
Well, it's a good thing Tom is throwing out the first pitch and not Chet.
Shit. Anyway, so one of the things that set this TV show apart from others is it was one of the first teen dramas, according to Truth by Consensus Wikipedia, to primarily use independent artists on its soundtrack by the likes of Elliott Smith and Ben Lee. By the way, fun fact, if you follow us on Instagram and you follow us on our Instagram stories that we archive, Ben Lee was actually the track we used for What's Alan Watching.
Wow, I didn't even realize that. That's great.
I'm a big fan of Ben Lee. Big fan.
Does he have stuff on Bandcamp?
I don't know. I'm going to have to look.
I'm all about Bandcamp.
I got the Ripe CD from Best Buy when it came out in America, because he's from Australia.
Oh, okay.
So it probably is on Bandcamp. I'm just going to have to look later. So, what is the story of Opposite Sex? Well, Jed Perry, who's a 15-year-old boy who moves to Northern California with his father after his mother dies, enrolls in Evergreen Academy, an all-girls school which has just started admitting boys. Two such boys are, actually the only two such boys are, Philip Steffen and Carrie Baston. The three get into a whole bunch of shenanigans, especially when the girls decide, you will never be one of us. No matter how good you are, you will never be good. And if you look at the opening minutes of the pilot, that becomes evident rather quickly.
Oh, yes, it does.
So imagine Freaks and Geeks meets Dawson's Creek. So it would be Dawson's Creek and Geeks.
Well, I guess it makes sense as one of the producers married Busy Phillips.
True. These are facts. So, who is on this show? Well, this show, obviously, because we're in the middle of Marvel Month, has to have a Marvel actor, and we have one. Playing the role of Carrie Baston, one of the two deuteragonists of the show, Chris Evans, a.k.a. Captain America.
A.k.a. the first Johnny Storm.
A.k.a. America's ass.
That's right, Mike. America's ass. It's not Tom Villard.
No, that's America's second ass. America's original ass is Tom Ballard, damn it.
Sure, you're entitled to your wrong opinion. That's fine. Okay, so...
Oh, wait.
Kiss my America's ass, okay? Kiss my America's ass. Thank you.
Well, hold up. Are we not going to talk about the one great thing that Chris Evans did in 2000 besides this show?
Oh, yeah. Sometime between Not Another Teen Movie and this show, he did a bit of a commercial. Very small bit of a commercial. I believe we have that clip, don't we?
Botulism.
Botulism.
Yeah, I'm going to put literally 1 second in there when he says botulism, because that's it. I don't think he's in the rest of the ad.
That's it. He's just there one
That's
second.
it. That's him. That's him in the ad.
Oh, and he was also in that mystery date game. You remember?
That's the electronic dream phone. Yes. He was in electronic dream phone. He was... Actually, I want to see...
He was Tyler in the...
He was Tyler! His mama calls him Chris, but you can call him Tyler.
And let's face it, if you don't end up with Chris Evans in the mystery phone game, you have lost.
No. So there you go. He is Tyler.
In the mystery game.
It was electronic dream phone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever. Same game. Mystery date. Electronic dream phone. Who cares?
It's basically the same game without the door.
I remember when it was called Mall Madness.
I remember that game. I believe Ben Manad of Oddity Archive solo played that game, and that was an entertaining watch. But anyway,
oh yeah, the rest of the cast.
There are more people in this cast.
Oh, but the lead, we didn't even talk about.
We're going to talk about the lead right now because remember, Chris Evans only played the side character, one of the two best friends of the lead.
Yes.
The lead, Jed Perry, the one whose mother died, was played by Milo Ventimiglia, of course, of Heroes and This Is Us.
So we talked about Mandy Moore's second husband on This Is Us. Now we're talking about her first husband on This Is Us. Also, Jack, don't go save the dog in the fire. Jack, don't, please don't.
By the way, fun fact, Ventimiglia was the voice of Logan in the English dub of Marvel anime Wolverine.
Oh, wow. So technically we have two Marvel connections.
Yep.
That's nice.
Very nice.
It looks nice. It looks sexy.
Thanks, Timothy. And playing the third person in this hero trio is Kyle Howard. He didn't really do much aside from... Actually, I'm wrong.
He was on My Boys.
I was just about to say, he was on My Boys.
Yeah, do you remember My Boys?
I remember My Boys.
Oh, I remember My Boys.
Jim Gaffigan was on that.
Yep. Jordana Spiro was also on that.
Yeah, she played the a Cubs beat reporter on that show, I remember.
Hey, you can't beat a bit of beat reporting. Beat reporting is probably the most underrated type of news writer there is.
Except if you work for the New York Jets, then you're a jerk.
Remember.
And that was your weekly.
weekly...
And that was Greg's weekly dig at the New York Jets.
Not the New York Jets, I'm bashing the New York media.
There you go.
Whatever. New York Jets, New York media, same difference.
He was also in Love Boat, The Next Wave, feature entry. Related, also a feature entry. Grosse Point, also a feature entry. And Run Up the House.
What the hell is Run of the House?
I have no idea. All I know is that it was on the WB. Only 16 episodes of the 19 order were aired, and there were 4 siblings. I have to see what this is all about. Oh my God! One of the siblings is Joey Lawrence.
Whoa. Whoa!
Oh my gosh. You know, I was going to comment. So Kyle Howard may be a potential future Hall of Famer. Forget
Maybe.
that. I'm sorry. That takes the back burner to Joey Lawrence was on Run of the House.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Okay, so those are your 3 main men.
Yeah. Now let's talk about 200 girls.
We don't have enough time for that. Okay, let's whittle it down to these 4. These are the 4 that they run into almost on a frequent basis.
Oh, I can't wait to talk about one of the 4.
Okay, the first one is Miranda Mills, played by Margot Finley, who is in D3, The Mighty Ducks.
Yeah, she played Joshua Jackson's love interest in D3, The Mighty Ducks, I believe.
Mm-hmm. And was also in First Wave, Misery Harbor, and the episode Tale of the Dead Man's Float on one of our favorite shows, Greg.
Yeah.
The original Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Oh, one of my favorite episodes of Are You Afraid of the Dark? Yeah, she was like a swimmer in that episode because that involved like a pool and like there's this nerdy kid. It was a great episode. She was like a cutie in that episode. But what was it you were going to say, Chico?
She also has a Marvel connection.
Oh?
Yes. She played Julie Power, in the 1991 pilot movie Power Pack.
Okay, what is Power Pack?
It's basically the Fantastic Four, but loads more Canadian.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yes, I think I know what you mean by that. Oh, hold on. She was in a Wonderful World of Disney movie called Tourist Trap. And do you know who directed this movie, Chico?
Paul Feig!
No. Richard Benjamin.
Richard Benjamin of Quark and Westworld?
Yes. Oh, do you believe who's in this movie? I'm looking this up on IMDb right now. Paul Giamatti is in this.
Oh, I'm sorry. What?
And do you know who else is in this movie? Now, all right, sit, guys. Guys, are you ready for this? Do you know who's in this TV movie? Tourist Trap. Ryan Reynolds.
God's gift to the bone moat, Ryan Reynolds?
Yes!
God's perfect idiot, Ryan Reynolds?
Yes, Deadpool's in this movie.
Nice!
Oh, and did I mention Daniel Stern's the lead?
Unbelievable. Unbelievable the things I learned doing this.
And I'm sorry, I saw this name when I looked at the credits, and Julie Haggerty's in it as well.
Yes, Julie Haggerty from Airplane.
Yes.
Nice.
And what's even more amazing about this, talking about Margot Finley,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The opposite sex is literally her last IMDb credit.
Yes, because she's actually a lawyer in Canada now.
Yep.
I did research.
Yeah, she quit acting and went to school to become a lawyer.
That's right. So if we ever have a problem in Canada, if we ever run into a legal issue, we can call her.
And then we could just look at her and basically posit the question that I failed to posit Chuck Wagner that one time. True story. Chuck Wagner was on my cruise ship. And I did not ask, aren't you the guy from Auto Man?
Did you ask? You should have asked about zippers.
Yeah, you should have been like across like the ship and been like, Chuck Wagner, zippers, and everybody looks around. Everybody looks at this weird little Canadian guy.
Mike,
what the hell are you talking about zippers for?
Mike, are you suggesting for a moment that I have a Tom Bosley moment with Chuck Wagner?
Yes.
Chuck Wagner, zippers, something like that.
Something like that. All right, so that's one of the women. And my mistake, there's 3, not 4. There were 3.
Oh, good.
Okay, the second one was Stella, played by Lindsay Mckeon. I remember Lindsay Mckeon as Katie on 4 seasons of Saved by the Bell, the new class. That's how I remember her.
That's right. Yeah, I do remember her from Saved by the Bell, the new class.
Yep.
She was also on One Tree Hill.
Oh, yeah.
She played the character of Taylor James on One Tree Hill from 2005 and 2010. Oh, hold up, guys. She was on an episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Which episode is this?
I believe it's first season. The gang finds a dead guy.
Yep. Can confirm. And she was on 6 episodes of Guiding Light as Mara Lewis number 7 from 2002 to 2003, which means she would probably be in the cast with the lady who played Marina, who I went to governor's school with back in 1997.
Oh, good for you!
Yeah. And the third lady is Kate, and she's played by Allison Mack. We don't talk about Allison Mack. No. We don't talk about Allison Mack.
Hey, Chico.
Mm-hmm.
I heard about the next show she's going to star in.
No.
No. Do I need to play the Lin-Manuel sounder again?
She's going to star in a reboot of Women in Prison because
Good
she's
night,
in
everybody!
jail.
While
Good night, everybody!
While other girls make dates, Allison Mack makes the license plates.
Better forward your man!
Where's Denny Dillon when we need her?
Greg? Now
you're in jail! I cannot wait till we do Women in Prison.
I have no regrets. I have no regrets about that line.
Hey, you heard me sing the Marvel Studios intro in the beginning. You know how good my singing is. And by good, I mean terrible.
Yeah. And then we have perhaps getting the dubious and blank as blank credit. Chris McKenna playing his father, Rob Perry. He was that guy from That Thing. But mostly, he was... What was he mostly in? He was mostly a contract player on One Life to Live in 1990. And aside from that, he was in 7 episodes of 90210. The reboot, not the original.
The CW reboot.
Yes, the CW reboot.
Not the crappy reboot from a couple years ago.
Right. The CW reboot. The at least it's respectable reboot. Hey, it spawned Melrose Place, guys.
Oh yeah, Melrose Place. Hey,
Yeah.
you know my favorite Melrose Place related moment was
What's that?
that ESPN Sports Center commercial with Charlie Steiner at Melrose Place, where he's the pool guy.
I remember that.
Yes, yes, I remember that.
That was great.
Okay, so we have all the episodes. We're not going to watch them. We're just going to do all of the capsules here. And they're very long, according to Truth by Consensus Wikipedia. Whoever wrote this article, they watched it a lot.
And God bless them.
And God bless them. Okay, episode 1, Pilot. Jed Perry becomes one of the first boys ever to attend Evergreen Academy when he moves into a new town. He quickly bonds with the only other male students, Carrie, Chris Evans, and Phil, Al Howard, when the girls, led by Stella, Lindsay Mckeon, ostracize them. But when Miranda Mills, Margot Finley, a free-spirited sophomore, takes an interest in Jed, she helps the boys gain acceptance with a stunt at the annual Evergreen Ladies' Night talent show. And I'll tell you right now, she is rather talented. So
Oh, good.
I believe she's the one playing the guitar in the opening scene.
Okay.
So there's that. And want to see if there's any known commodities in this episode. We have Chris Hogan playing Mr. Oslo. Chris Hogan, of course, was on one season of Mad TV. One season.
And by Chris Hogan, we're not talking about the NFL wide receiver.
No.
No, we'd never talk about him on this podcast.
No.
No.
Nope. And we also have Megan Faye, who was in 8 episodes of Shrink, 2 episodes of The Muppets from 2015.
Oh, that was...
No, that was a good show. I liked that.
I did not like that.
I liked it. I thought
I loved it.
Yeah, that version was good. I liked that. It was a little too officey for you.
Yeah.
I liked it. That's just me. I'm weird. What can I say? I'm strange.
Chico, I'm with you on this one.
Jesus H. Christ, where has the Yankees thumbs down guy when you need him?
She was also in the future entry reboot of Family Affair.
Oh, God, now I'm thinking...
The reboot of Family Affair?
There was a reboot of Family Affair, guys.
Wait, what?
There was a reboot of Family Affair.
I'm sorry, the only reboot of Family Affair that I know of is that one skit from The Critic with Marlon Brando as Mr. French.
Buffy, Zodi, for your lunch I have made peanut butter and banana sandwiches.
Would you make a sandwich for my doll, Mrs. Beasley?
Yeah, sure. That's exactly what I feel like doing. Of course I can get together a little sandwich for your stupid little doll. Hang on a sec.
You know who played Mr. French in the reboot?
Who played Mr. French?
Tim freaking Curry!
Oh, my God!
Yeah!
Okay, I need to ask, since I didn't even know this existed, was there at least a Mrs. Beasley doll?
Damned if I know.
Well, if you've seen the original show, that was like what... Who was the little girl? Was that Buffy or Sissy that always...
No, Buffy was the teenager and Sissy was the...
Yeah, the little girl. And she always had her doll, Miss Beasley. And if she ever, lost Miss Beasley, and actually I saw this on Decades, maybe about 2 months ago, if she, lost Miss Beasley, it's the end of the world.
She would lose her ever-loving mind.
Just buy another doll. She's not going to know the difference.
I think that's actually what happened on the episode.
Oh, good. Hilarity ensued when Mr. French was looking for a replacement for Mrs. Beasley.
Yeah, so Sebastian Cabot trying to find a replacement Mrs. Beasley doll. Oh my God. Seriously, guys, I think this is the first time in 250 plus episodes we've talked about Family Affair, and we've talked about this reboot I didn't know about until now.
that we didn't even know existed. It's a milestone. We didn't
we
even
didn't even know existed. Oh my gosh. Hey, first episode that's not the pilot.
Episode 2, the Virgin episode.
Oh, fuck.
Good night.
Miranda's birthday party is approaching at a legendary event where 2 virgins are sacrificed. Jed, the only one of the boys who openly admits to being a virgin, is naturally selected, and his friendship with Kate, another suspected virgin, develops. Meanwhile, Carrie, who's been flooding his sexual experience, becomes the target of Stella's campaign to remove the boys from school. The boys discover that the school has a history of expelling girls with an unwholesome reputation, so they decide to track them down in hopes of gleaning some information that might save Carrie's place at Evergreen.
So maybe they're a little prudish?
A little prudish?
For 2000, they're a little prudish, let's say. Maybe they're very prudish for 2022.
Maybe crazy prudish. They're supposed to be these upstanding ladies of community, ladies of standard.
Not ladies of the night. Thank you, everybody. I'm sorry.
Nah. Let me see who was in this episode.
Oh, we sort of have a name here. Playing Dan Mills in this episode. Don't know who he is, if he's a student. Probably is, because looking at his age, he would have been about 22 at that time. Is Justin Urich, not Robert Urich's son, but Robert Urich's nephew. Nephew, yes.
Wow.
We all know that Robert Urich on Soap. You know what he did.
He everybody in town.
He did.
And he specifically, he Catherine Hellman. And that means that Mona, at least that night, was not the boss.
Are you kidding me with that now?
No. Did you ever see the first season of Soap?
I did.
Yeah. Robert Urich, he got murdered like in the 8th episode, but he was the tennis pro that was like everybody in the Tates and I think the Tates. I don't know if it was the other family.
Well, he was Richard Mulligan's son in that on Soap, right?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was just like, yeah, he was taking care of business, if you will. And then obviously he ended up on Vegas and everybody lived happily ever after.
And Spencer for Hire. You know how much I love Spencer for Hire.
Yep. Another couple of names on this episode. Playing Nikki Stevens is Lou Thornton, who you would remember from The News. That's The News with a Z.
Oh, that was very short-lived. I remember that.
Yep. And playing Maya Bradley would be Garcelle Beauvais, the lovely Garcelle Beauvais. And playing Fort Union Guy number 2.
Fort Union Guy number 2, not Fort Union Guy number 1. Number 2.
Yeah, number 2. Michael Bauer. Do you remember that name?
No.
If I were to say Donkey Lips, would you remember that name?
Oh my God, yes. Donkey Lips from Salute Your Shorts. Oh, that's fantastic. By the way, R.I.P. Ugg from Salute Your Shorts. He just passed away. Kirk Bailey.
All right. Now we go into episode 3, the drug episode.
Oh, the drug episode.
After the boys discover the janitor's stash of marijuana, the school hires a new drug counselor, Greg Tillman, played by Dax Griffin, to speak with the students.
Remember, folks, this is 2000. Marijuana is still terrible.
Jed instantly forms a strong dislike due to his good looks and the lust he provokes in the entire student body, including Miranda and Kate. When word gets out that Carrie is hooked up, and he instantly becomes popular with some of the girls, he decides to play with his new reputation. Meanwhile, Phil runs an ill-fated campaign for city council with a strong position against drugs. So yeah, drugs. Drugs are bad in 2000.
Okay.
Aside from Dax Griffin, who is, well, Dax Griffin, who else is in this episode?
Well, Garcelle Beauvais is again, and Chris Hogan again.
They're recurring players. Play Rob's girlfriend is Devin Odessa, who is, I want to say she's a known entity. She's that lady from that thing back in the late 80s, early 90s. Episode 4, the homosexual episode.
Oh!
Now, I got to say something. One thing I'm noticing about these episode titles is they're hitting all of the hot button topics, maybe the taboo topics that would be happening in schools in the late 90s and early 2000s. Virginity, sexuality, drugs, now the homosexual episode. It gets a little more on the straight and narrow after this episode, but I'm just noticing that trend with the first couple of episodes we've talked about.
Well, it's going to get a little bit, let's just say, esoteric episode names come into play here. Anyway, the homosexual episode. It's Bow Down Week at Evergreen Academy, an annual tradition in which seniors select the junior to be their personal slave for a week. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, God.
That's, no, that's bad. No, that's bad.
What is this with certain shows we do that talk about slavery? Why?
Slavery's bad.
This is a recurring theme in this series. We encounter shows that deal with slavery. Why do we?
You know what? I'm going to say this, and you can edit it out or bleep it out or do whatever or what have you, but I have to say this. Damn it, these white people.
He said it, not me, but I agree.
Chico sounded like one of my students there.
Anyway, back to the episode. Jen is picked by Jolie, played by Nikki Acox, an open lesbian who's been in Supernatural, Perfect Stranger, and The X-Files I Want to Believe, and also recorded Red Velvet Room in 2015, who begins to show a strong attraction to him. Completely confused, he tries to work out whether he's just imagining it. Meanwhile, Carrie incurs the wrath of popular girl Cassie Schreiber, played by Joanna Garcia Swisher, after he leads a revolt against the seniors and is threatened with the mystical 360.
Yeah, I think I know where Greg's going with this.
I want to know where Greg's going. Actually, I think I do know where Greg's going.
Yeah. Last name, Joanna Garcia Swisher.
Yeah.
Married to former Yankee and former Cleveland Indian, not a Guardian technically at this point, Nick Swisher.
Yes. Which, hey, did you know they were both on How I Met Your Mother?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nick Swisher had the best cameo ever on How I Met Your Mother.
He was the guy who almost ruined Barney's perfect week.
He did. He almost destroyed Barney's perfect week.
Tell me she didn't say there's no such thing as a jinx. Wish I could. You were about to achieve something so beautiful.
Well, thanks to her, the only thing that could ruin a surefire hookup was about to walk through that door. A member of the 2009 World Champion New York Yankees.
Lily, I'm getting my own toothbrush.
But, hold up. This is the second reference to Are You Afraid of the Dark in this episode.
Joanna Garcia from season 3 onward was the token American in the cast.
Yeah, that's right.
She played Sam.
She played Sam, because remember, it was a Canadian joint, eh? Oh, guys, since we referenced Are You Afraid of the Dark, you know what? It was all about Dr. Fink. He was the real star of Are You Afraid of the Dark. He was the Tony Shalhoub of Are You Afraid of the Dark, Dr. Fink.
Are you saying that show made Dr. Fink's career?
Well, I don't know anything else Dr. Fink was in, but he was the Tony Shalhoub of Are You Afraid of the Dark.
Meanwhile, I'm still trying to figure out what this 360 is.
What's
I don't know what the 360 is.
It certainly wasn't the Xbox 360. It wasn't out for another 5 years.
Yep, and that sounds like something you would actually want to have. Yep, I'm gonna have to get back to you on that in a future episode. Episode 5, the dance episode. See, that's nice and innocent.
Oh, the dance episode. It's about dancing.
Unless you are the old people from Footloose.
Oh, God.
There's nothing innocuous about this.
Oh, yeah. Better hope John Lithgow's nowhere near her.
Oh, boy. The boys wonder if they're losing their masculinity. As a school dance approaches, a rift is formed in the boys' friendship when Phil starts to pursue Kate, much to Jed's chagrin. Meanwhile, Carrie is humiliated by a student from the nearby military school, Fort Union, and vows to get revenge.
Uh-oh.
Hey, we have a pretty big name in this episode, and believe it or not, he goes uncredited.
Oh.
Yeah, playing a character named Chuck is Zachary Ty Bryan.
Oh, yes.
Brad Taylor from Home Improvement.
Oh, yes. And one day we're going to be talking about Home Improvement because we're going to be talking about a trilogy of episodes involving our favorite, Tom Poston.
What? A trilogy of episodes about me?
Oh, no! And spoiler
alert! Spoiler alert!
One of them involves the Silver Dome.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert, it's the one that was featured in that episode of Abandoned about the Silver Dome.
Shout out to Bright Sun Films.
By the way, Bright Sun Films, they just released an updated video about Horizons. So
I saw that. That on the way home.
Yeah. Michael Eisner, what were you thinking replacing that with Mission Space? Come on.
Episode 6. The field trip episode.
Oh, this should be nice. They're going on a field trip.
The juniors of Evergreen Academy travel to New York for a model UN summit, where Jed is reunited with his ex-girlfriend, Lisa.
Just a note, Lisa broke up with Jed in the cold open of the pilot since it was not mentioned.
When Lisa and Kate, Jed's current love interest, become awfully friendly with each other, Carrie persuades Jed that a ménage à trois is on the cards.
No, Chris Evans, what are you... No. Woo! That's eugenics.
Meanwhile, Phil befriends some boys from Fort Union and sparks fly between Carrie and Stella. Just wait till you find out who plays Lisa in this episode.
Who plays Lisa in this?
The former Al Lambert herself, Christine Lincoln.
Oh, from Step by Step.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes. Oh, I loved Step by Step.
Good follow on social media, by the way.
Oh, I didn't realize. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I should take a look. I should ask her, hey, Christine, what was it like to work with America's ass? No, I will not ask that.
No.
You'd do that. You would do that.
No.
You would. Please. I know you would. Please don't.
I would only do it if I had a burner account.
And Zachary Ty Bryan is in this episode, and he's actually credited this time.
Oh, good.
And this is the weirdest thing looking at the names of the characters, because this is a UN summit you mentioned.
UN.
Model UN. And by the way, I did a Model UN once when I was 18. It is absolutely awful.
Okay. So
who are you?
I was a rack in a Model UN.
Oh, Jesus!
Okay, end of episode. Thank you for attending, everybody. Oh, my God. You know what? That's actually probably better than what I have lined up, because I'm taking a look at the IMDb cast here, and there are at least 5 characters. They aren't identified as characters. It looks like they're identified as the country they represent.
Oh my God!
Exactly. That's exactly what they're identified as.
So you have a character known as Estonia. This sounds like a bad stripper name. Here comes Estonia on the stage.
Now on the main stage, it's Estonia.
No, that's the eugenics. And then you have Latvia, and my gosh, you have a North Korea and wait, you have a North Korea and a South Korea.
Oh, gee, no.
Hilarity ensues when they get in the same room, and then you have an Uzbekistan. A character named Uzbekistan. I'm not even joking.
Oh God.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's one heck of a field trip episode.
Yeah, buddy. Episode 7, the fantasy episode. When Stella gets severely drunk on Miranda's hidden supply of Everclear, just as the student body is leaving for a field trip, the boys, along with Miranda and Kate, smuggle her back into the now empty school. With only the supervision of Greg Tillman, the drug counselor who they called to help with Stella, the gang spend the night on the Evergreen campus, where Miranda asks Jed to sleep with her.
What?
Okay. I'm sorry.
Boing.
Sleep with her. Boing. Yeah.
Bill and Kate bond in the school kitchens, and Carrie comes to Stella's rescue. Of course, Dax Griffin returns as Greg Tillman, because of course he does. And this is pretty much a bottle episode. This is about as bodily as an episode you're probably going to get on this show. And episode 8, the car episode. When he finds himself dating both Miranda and Kate at the same time, Jed is forced to decide who he really wants to be with. He chooses Kate, but shortly afterwards, she learns about his two-timing and breaks up with him. Bill, with his eyes on the newly single Kate, decides that he needs a driver's license to win her heart. Because hormones. Meanwhile, Carrie and Stella are forced to cater to a band geek's every whim in order to keep their relationship secret. Having finally decided on Kate, Jed goes to extreme lengths to try to get her back.
Why would you want to go to extreme lengths to get Allison Mack? Don't do that!
No. Spoiler alert. This ends poorly.
It will end poorly.
Maybe they're going to extreme lengths to get her bail money.
Oh, by the way, Chico, did you notice who directed the final episode of Opposite Sex?
Adam Nimoy.
And do you know why that's significant?
I believe he is...
He is the son of Leonard Nimoy.
Of Leonard Nimoy.
Yes.
And the husband of Terry Farrell.
Yes. Dax from Deep Space Nine.
Yeah. Ironically, he directed episodes of Babylon 5.
That's hilarious. Well, wait, Walter Koenig was on Babylon 5, wasn't he?
Walter Koenig and Billy Mooney. Thank you very much. So yeah, Adam Nimoy, skilled director, very skilled director. He's in the upcoming In Search of Tomorrow, which is a documentary.
Okay, that's good. Oh, hold up.
Wait. In Search of Tomorrow?
Yes, it's a big documentary that has the
definitive 80s sci-fi documentary.
There's a whole bunch of names in that documentary. And hey, Mike, you're not going to believe this. One of the people that's interviewed in that documentary is Melody Anderson from Manimal.
Okay. Now wait. I'm just out of curiosity, since I've never heard of this. Is this either a continuation or a reboot of In Search of?
No, it's a documentary. It's an 80s sci-fi documentary.
Okay, because remember, Leonard Nimoy hosted In Search of back in the 70s and 80s.
Yes, but I do know there is a reboot of In Search of. And do you know who's the host of the remake of In Search of?
Who is it?
Zachary Quinto.
Makes sense. Makes perfect sense.
Hey, be sure you don't get slapped. Oh my God! Oh no!
That's horrible, Mike!
No. You can't see this, but Mike on his Zoom background replaced his background with a picture of Will Smith smacking Chris Rock at the Oscars with the caption, Zachary Quinto as Will Smith in the Slap 2022.
That's horrible. That is so horrible.
I love the timing. You mentioned Zachary Quinto, and I gotta show you the background.
Oh boy.
Oh my god.
Now, when we do the Slap, that is going to be the greatest episode ever.
Is it now?
And that is coming really soon, I think, right?
In 2020, well, we're going to do it in
Yeah,
2023.
It's one of the first episodes that we do in 2023. One of the first.
Okay.
But yeah, that's the show. And yeah, we never do find out if Jed and Kate get back together.
Probably not.
Probably not. And you know what? It's probably for the best. But what was on, aside from the fact that this was basically one gritty show about teens in a glut of gritty show about teens.
Which were a dime a dozen in 2000.
Yeah. This one was actually supposed to premiere in the fall of 99, but for one reason or another, it was put off until the summer of 2000.
Just so they could burn it off. Because, as I've probably heard in the opening narration, thank you, Johnny, remember, Family Guy was on hiatus in the second season. They burned the rest of the season 2 episodes in the summer of 2000, if you remember.
Yeah, and I'm thinking of myself, because this was on a Friday night. Friday nights were starting to become that dead space on television.
Well, remember, Greed was on a Friday night. So this replaced Greed, if I'm not mistaken, right?
This did replace Greed.
Greg and Post, as we find out later on in just a bit, no, it did not, in fact, replace Greed, because this actually aired on a Monday night on Fox. So, there you go.
Did Greed just end its run?
Yeah, because I remember the promos for this during Greed.
Okay, so Greed was on July 14th, and that, I believe, was the last show of the series.
Well, hold on. Wait a minute. Time out. Opposite Sex premiered on July 17th, so if Greed was on a Friday, this would air on a Monday.
Yeah, it aired on a Monday, opposite a TV movie, an episode of Big Brother, back when, Big Brother was basically the world format instead of Survivor in a House.
Yeah, the season with Chicken George.
We love Chicken George.
We all love...
Oh, Chicken George was the best.
Oh, everyone loved Chicken George.
Yep. Aside from Big Brother, Opposite Sex was basically the only actual show airing a new episode. And it did pretty well. It was the highest rated show that night on Fox.
Which isn't saying much.
Well, when you consider the other show was Ally McBeal.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. Was Millionaire wasn't airing on Monday nights at this time?
No, it wouldn't be.
Okay, so it was Tuesday. Was Millionaire at this point was Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, right?
Right.
They didn't add the fourth night until the fall.
Right.
Okay.
And it aired Mondays, not Fridays.
Yeah, we said that Mondays. So
okay, so it aired Mondays, and it just aired all of the episodes, and it started out with a 3.6, which by Fox standards is pretty darn impressive. And then the second episode dropped to a 3.3, and then the third episode dropped to, actually, by then it would be airing opposite Mysterious Ways, which I believe would have been starting its run.
I don't know what Mysterious Ways is.
It's basically the X-Files if it was aired on the Family Channel.
Oh, but that sounds like it's awful.
It was. Let's just say that title is telling, as in the Lord works in
Oh, I get it.
Yeah. But yeah, it seems to have leveled off in the high twos. It was basically competing for that Seventh Heaven dollar. And since Seventh Heaven was in reruns,
Oh, yeah. It was making that syndication money for Aaron Spelling.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's obviously not making that syndication money now, am I right? Captain Will Decker did bad things.
I have a line here from one of the trades. Carol Horst of Variety said, the show had a clever concept, sleek production values, a nice cast, and thoughtful writing for a teen show. Add up to the enjoyable opposite sex. Despite all the good things in this gentle comedy drama, it's hard to say who the series is aimed at. It's not intellectual enough for Freaks fans. It's too grounded for the WB crowd. Young audiences will have to seek it out, and therein lies the rub. Yeah, it's like, is this a good show? Well, you'd have to watch it. But good luck trying to find it, because Fox burned it off in the summer. Who knows why? And another writer, Barry Garrett of the Hollywood Reporter, says, my so-called life and Freaks and Geeks have raised the bar for teen drama by providing keen insight into the awkwardness of adolescence. While this show is not on the same level as, and not nearly as cartoonish as Saved by the Bell, Ventimiglia conveys Jed's frustration well, but, and this is another critic saying, bad TV cliches overwhelmed this show's mild promise. I can see that. 3 guys, a whole school full of girls. It is ripe for tropes.
Yeah.
But hey, at least they weren't playing musical beds. Ain't that right, young Americans? But yeah, in a sea of teen dramas, this was one of them. And not even the music could save this from just being a face of the crowd instead of being the hit that Fox needed to complement Ally McBeal at the time.
Well, Ally McBeal would be in its last legs, right?
Basically.
Wait, hold on a sec. Yeah, well, yeah.
No, wait. In 2000, Ally McBeal would probably be at its peak.
Oh, wait, hold on. Was this when Robert Downey Jr. was on Ally McBeal?
In 2000?
Yeah, to tie this back to this month, was Robert Downey Jr. at this time on Ally McBeal?
I want to say he was. I will have to check.
So if Robert
Wait. Season 4 of Ally McBeal. Robert Downey Jr. and Ally McBeal began after Opposite Sex was canceled.
Okay, so we were denied a window of having Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans in the same block a decade before the Avengers. Oh, shame.
Shame indeed. And the thing of it is, Fox ordered 13 episodes, but they only completed 8 before the cancel order came down. Who knows when or even if the other 5 were ever finished. If they are finished, they're basically considered lost media.
Yeah, probably. But this show was produced by Warner Brothers, so who knows? Maybe one day Warner Archive will release a complete series DVD of this, and we'll get a proper answer. Who knows?
Yep. Warner hasn't made this streaming. They haven't released the DVD. Basically, this show has been relegated to the vapors of TV ephemera, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but you can find it on YouTube if you know where to look.
Yeah. But don't weep for the cast of this show. Everybody's doing fine. We talked about Milo Ventimiglia being on This Is Us. We talked about Margot Finley being a hotshot lawyer in Canada. We talked about Chris Evans, repeatedly. We talked about Lindsay Mckeon. We don't talk about Allison Mack.
No, let's not talk about her.
Jack Nicholson gif here.
No.
Everybody's doing fine. At the end of the day, everybody has a career, but opposite sex was a thing on TV.
Everybody doesn't have a career. Allison Mack.
Now she's in jail.
Oh boy.
Oh my gosh, we walked right into that one. That was great.
Okay. Hey, it's time for Not eBay Price is Right.
Oh, sexy sex time.
Sexy sex time, y'all. Hit it!
Oh, I hadn't heard that sexy sax in forever.
Okay, so this came down literally as we were about to record. Heritage Auction had a comic and comic art event, and it runs through Sundays. We record this, so by the time you listen to this, it's over. But one of the things that sold in the auction, Captain America Comics #1.
Oh! So this is the first one from 1941.
Yep.
Oh.
Cap punching Hitler right in his little racist punum.
Oh, good. Good.
Okay, I'm going to tell you right now, please make your bid in millions.
Okay, millions.
Millions?
Millions.
I love how Mike said it with the same delivery as Zippers. Millions!
Well, no, wait. I do want just a little clarification. So we're bidding in whole millions, not like 5.2 million?
No, you don't have to do whole millions.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Mike, you go first.
Well, geez, if we're talking millions. Now, let me ask you this real fast, and if you don't know this, that's cool. Is it graded by any chance?
There are only 3 copies at the high CGC 9.4 grade, and only one other time has one of them been up for auction.
So this is 9.4.
9.4.
Wow, let's go for 3.7 million.
Greg.
I'm gonna go a little lenient. I think that's a little too high. I will go 2.2 million.
2.2 million.
I was hoping you could say 1 million, Bob.
Okay, so Greg says 2.4 million.
2.2.
2.2 million. Mike says 3.7 million. The actual purchase price for this copy of Captain America Comics #1, I'll tell you right now, it is now one of the top 5 most expensive comics ever sold. $3.12 million.
Yeah.
Whoa.
You were off by about
600,000. Yeah.
Yeah, 580, I think.
9.4 is a good grade. I thought it'd sell for a lot more than that, but
it surpassed the 3 million mark that was hit by Amazing Fantasy #15. Of course, the first appearance of Spider-Man, which sold for 3.6 million. And that was actually the most expensive comic ever. Action Comics #1, 3.2 million. And then there's this. So probably among the top 3 is Captain America #1.
Oh, that's great. Well, guys, we did non-eBay prices right. Well, you know what it's time for? It's time for It Was a Thing on TV Haiku Corner.
Oh, gotta get my snapping fingers out.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, all right. Let's play that music. It's so great. It's we hadn't taped an episode for 2 weeks. It's great that I had to hear this music again. It's been a long time since we played this music, I think.
Very long.
Okay, well, here we go. We got a haiku ready for this first episode of this very special month. Okay, here we go. Opposite sex? Well, What would Steve Rogers say here? Remote's on your left. And Chico is face palming in shame because he got the joke.
Yes. Yes, I got the joke. And that's all you need to know.
One final thing before we put some closure on this episode. In 2017, Chris Evans talked with The Insider specifically about his experience on opposite sex with Milo Ventimiglia.
I want to do a little flashback with you back to 2000 because, as you know, your friend Milo's show, This Is Us, is one of the biggest shows of all time.
Yep.
And the internet has refound all the clips from your TV show that you did together.
Yeah. Look around. Isn't it worth it? It was great, you know. Milo was far more experienced than I was. I remember not knowing what a mark was. I remember not knowing, like, when you show up on set, where do you go? Do you go to your trailer? Do you go to the set? I don't know how this works. Milo held my hand through a lot of that stuff.
Well, that is a bit of an amuse-bouche for Marvel Month. Of course, we're going to have all of the episodes eventually on itwasathingontv.com, where we house all of the episodes.
All the episodes.
All of the episodes, all the minisodes, all the live watches, all of our links to our social feeds, all the links to our friends at Place to Be Nation. I believe we have the Face the
Just that, Face the Music, that is it. That is it on Wednesday. We don't have to even worry about anything else.
And I'll tell you right now, that Face the Music episode got a really good response.
It did.
Yeah. A lot of people really enjoyed reliving that show.
And you know what I enjoyed? I enjoyed inserting that clip of Alex crapping on the Yugo.
Totally unexpected. Totally unexpected.
That was a good clip. But that show, if you missed it, we're putting it on YouTube at our channel. And while you're at our channel, please don't forget, like, comment, subscribe.
Well, you can't comment.
Well, you can't. Okay, don't comment because you can't. But like, subscribe, share, rate, review. 5 stars only because positive vibes only. Hit that notification bell.
But, hold on. You can't 5 stars on YouTube. It's not 2007, Chico. It's thumbs up, thumbs down now.
Okay, then thumbs up because positive vibes only. How about
thumbs up. Like Roger Ebert.
But yeah, also we are available, of course, on itwasathingontv.com and wherever podcasts can be streamed. We are there. Now I can say it. 5 stars only because positive vibes only.
There.
Okay. All right.
But, hold up. So we're going to take a detour. I know this is the first episode of this themed month, but we have 2 things falling on certain events that we have to cover. So the first, we got a mini-sode. We got a special mini-sode coming up this week. And guys, how do you make a tragic anniversary fun?
Get Walt Disney involved.
Oh, I wish Walt Disney was involved in this. Thank you, Bob Smigel, for bringing us this great gift that we'll be talking about next time, right here on It Was a Thing on TV. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you with that special mini-sode real soon. Wow! Come on! That's the joke.